Okay, so I don't overthink my writing because it sucks. Bye! No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot more involved in this, so let's get into it. I'm going to try to get through this video as quickly as I can just because I have a moment by myself at home and I want to make sure that I have the time to do it. So my name is Bella Reve and I'm an aspiring author currently working on my debut novel temporarily titled Alina. Let me repeat myself. I'm an aspiring author working on my debut novel. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing yet because I haven't actually done it. My writing sucks because I haven't mastered the craft, and I haven't mastered the craft because I haven't been writing long enough to master the craft. Now, there's a few things that I need to clarify. First off, my writing sucks, but my stories don't. Those are two entirely different things. This will be a good test on if this mic actually blocks out sound. Stories is the base of whatever you are creating. It is what you are trying to tell to your audience. Writing is the medium in which you are telling it. And whether that be a novel, a screenplay, or a comic in some form, it doesn't matter. My writing sucks, but my stories don't. I have not mastered the writing aspect of telling my stories. So though the packaging in which my story is told might suck, the story itself, I don't think it does. I love it. I think it's absolutely perfect the way that it is. It's the craft around the story itself that I have a lot to go through. The other thing I want to clarify is what I mean by mastering the craft. To me, mastering the craft is not the editing, it's not the development, it's not the publishing as a whole. It is telling the story. It is thought dumping, it is plotting, it is world building, it is magic system writing. It's also mastering my process. It is things that only I am capable of doing. Editing, publishing, development, all of these are things that I am going to need help with in the future, no matter how much I publish. I am never going to be fully able to edit my novels myself. I'm going to have to hire editors. I don't know if I'm going to need help publishing my novel. I'm not going traditionally published, but I don't know if I'm going to need help with it. That is not mastering the craft. And none of this I will be able to do without practice. I need to do it in order to learn it. So why overthink perfecting my writing when I don't even know what my writing actually looks like or what it's supposed to be? I am not writing poetry. I am just telling the story using sentences, and not every sentence needs to have double or triple meanings. Very few of mine actually will. I am just writing sentences to get from one scene to the next to tell my story from beginning to end. That's it. One thing that I am constantly aware of is I am not writing for everyone. I am writing for one specific reader, me. No matter how masterful any book is, no matter how masterfully written my books are, there will always be 1-star reviews. There will always be someone who hates it. So I'm not writing for them. I'm writing for me. And trust me, my interests are not unique. No one's is. There is an audience for literally every book out there. There's dinosaur erotica and a book where a woman has sex with a door. There is literally an audience for anything and everything that you can come up with. It's just a matter of finding the right audience, and understanding that your book is not for everybody will help you get there. I am writing for me. I am writing because there are stories and worlds that I want to tell. There are parts of my imagination that I want to share with other people. I'm not writing for money. And yes, it'd be great if I would make some, but that's not the goal. My life is crazy and overall kind of sucks. I got a degree that I'm likely never going to use, and it was expensive as fuck. I work part-time on average 1 day a week. I'm trying this whole YouTube thing, and I never actually stick with one general niche or topic or thing long enough to actually make it work. I move from one craft to the next without actually finishing the previous one, and honestly, my family drama is it's a whole can of worms that I'm not going to get into here. But despite everything, despite the chaos, despite the shifts in my life, despite everything going on, writing has been the one thing in my life that has been constant. Even back in middle school, which was honestly the worst part of my entire schooling life, writing was my crux. It was the thing that I fell back on. It was the thing where if I had spare time in class, I would sit down with my notebook and I would write. Now, back then it was scripts for an animation of some kind, but I would write stories even back then. Writing has and always will be my rock. When I'm in a place where I don't know what I'm doing, where everything is so crazy, and I just need to focus on a project, I always go back to one of the 4 worlds that I've created that I'm going to publish books around. I'm honestly not trying to write the next great masterpiece. I am just trying to write fun stories that me and my friends enjoy. And if other people are able to find enjoyment reading them, then that's great. But other readers are not why I'm writing. Literally, no one knows who I am. No one is waiting for my books to be finished. No one is watching me write over my shoulder. No one is around when I am writing. I wanted to add this because I forgot to say it in the actual video itself. By the time readers will actually be waiting for my novels, I will have already, hopefully, mastered my craft and mastered my process. I likely won't be publishing my debut novel until I've already finished the first drafts of the duology that I want to put out. And so by that time, I will have already mastered the process of writing itself, and I will have hopefully found editors that I absolutely love, editors that get my voice and get what I'm trying to tell the audience, who potentially will be reading my novels. But by that time, I will already have practice in the regard of understanding who I am and understanding me as a writer and understanding my, how do I want to say this? I will have already, hopefully by that time, understood who I am as a writer and understand who I am as an author. And I won't have to stress about the audience that my book is not written for. Yeah, I don't know how I'm exactly trying to explain this. I'm just trying to get the idea out while I have it. Basically, the idea is I would have already found security in my writing as well as the process of how I do things, so I won't have to worry as much, I think. I don't know, this could all be just me talking out of my ass at this current point. I have absolutely no idea, but hopefully this is making sense. Actual readers will only ever get a hold of my novel when I want them to, and I will have gone through 7 or more drafts and 3 or more physical printed formatting drafts, because it's going to take a few tries to actually format the books correctly, probably. There was a philosopher named Voltaire, and he said, "Perfect is the enemy of good." And I have never heard of anything more true in my entire life. I don't overthink my writing because I don't let something as unattainable as perfection get in the way of telling stories that I want others to hear. I don't let perfection get in the way of doing what I love. And honestly, this entire video may or may not resonate with anybody. This entire video may be me puffing out my chest and may appear like I'm saying I'm better than everybody, but I'm not. I know where my faults are. I know the crux of the idea of overthinking my writing originally came from. I know what that is, and it is the idea of thinking that I should be writing better than I actually am. It is the idea of I can't write better because I haven't learned how to write better yet, and I'm not going to learn how to write better until I actually write. It's a whole thing. I have no idea if this has helped anybody. I have no idea if anything in here has resonated with anybody. I'm hoping it did, but you can let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.